Hey everyone, so as you can tell, tomorrow means the launch of Detective Pikachu Returns, finally after just over 4 years of development and waiting. And since I've already covered the movie a fair few times, I thought I might go back and talk about the video game as well. And even though they both take different paths, they both have the same basic plot of Tim Goodman coming around to say search for his missing father Harry, who disappeared 2 months prior to the story began, and teaming up with a eccentric talking Pikachu to find him. Um, so it's not gonna be full on review, who though that might be following in the future, but this consists more recap of Detective Pikachu on 3DS, featuring what you need to remember before the sequel comes out. So let's get started. The first chapter of the game starts off in Tonti Park after Tim arrives in the city. The case eases you into the gameplay, which, rather than focusing on the battles and action of main installments, tends to be more related to puzzle solving and humor in many respects. Basically, hey, imagine a simplified version of the likes of Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle, and you more or less have no idea what to expect. Someone who loves games like that. And with that being the case, I definitely can see how this will go. And after covering the jewelry, the next chapter brings you in contact with other key figures in the story. So, chapter 2 of Litwood Cave introduces you to a couple young women who work at GNN, or CNM as the movie calls it. It's who actually play a large part for their respective actually reporting skills and just go getters. Amelia Christie and Meiko Okamoto, who the film combined into one character known as Lucy Stevens, much like how fellow detectives Hibbs Baker and Halliday were combined into Hide Yoshida in the film. After they strike up a rapport, or Tim continues investigation in the next chapter at Pokemon Comprehensive Labs. At Pokemon Comprehensive Labs, or PCL for short, Tim investigates the mysterious substance known as R, which, while you mainly saw the gaseous form in the movie, we also have the liquid and solid form in this game, which can affect monsters different ways, and also able to uncover other goings on in the company, we're now thinking as it seems, using the alias Tim Ottman. And as opposed to, if they use his actual surname Goodman, they know something's up, which actually pretty clever. On top of my channel's name, I also sometimes like to use the alias to maintain anonymous of Roll Juke, founder of Kermit Journalism. That's very good. As we move towards episode 2, with chapter 4, this takes us to Kuchi Island, a neighboring isle of Rhyme City, where we meet figures such as John Wolves, who founded PCL, as well as the expired Pokemon Ranger Milo and the rival detective Brad McMasters. So it's very interesting how effectively they managed to manage a world building and how they managed to go through all this. How each chapter of the game builds upon the next one, and when the game came to the US, we got all 3 episodes in one game. Chapter 5 brings us to Fine Park, a former theme park in the region, which if I had more details on, I'll probably make my own spoof of something like Defunctland or Yesterworld. But still, we find more clues about the R's usage, where getting into the food and water supply, I, of how it definitely increases their strength and abilities, but also brings out the more aggressive traits of the monsters. And also throughout the game, we get make contact with Mewtwo, where at first, at least, it's not entirely clear whether or not the genetic experiment is friend or foe. Oh, but again, this actually fits like the whole mystery angle. I mean, not saying we get to like Benoit Blanc levels, but I can definitely say it's an interesting idea. Chapter 6 is at GNN, while the film changes to CNM. Though I guess who distributed and the pursuit don't count. It's definitely another interesting moment at the TV station where another mystery occurs. First, an instrument is broken, but it also turns out it's been stolen, and the one that gets destroyed is a fake. And to find out who done it. We're also introduced to who Roger Clifford, as well as the current chairman, I believe. Yeah, Ethan Graham. That's their name. I know it was Graham. Was on the tip of my tongue. And even though I won't go into all the minutia just yet, especially for those who have not played this game, um, let's just say it was a bigger miss than Chris Lick's short-lived tenure in charge. Yeah. Now, on to episode 3. And chapter 7, the investigation leads to the Rhyme Wharf, and subsequently, that also continues with chapter 8, where the R is being sent, and they both involve a assistant at GNN who also happens to be something of a spy. Keith Norman was also some stealth involved as well. Not saying we get to Metal Gear levels, but it definitely is a mission how not to be seen. And also, another objective of is to who get on the SS Prime Treasure and win auction to order to buy the recipe for the R toxin and before your enemies can. He also gets it's like the little matching detective coat to match his hat. Isn't that cute? Yeah. And the ninth and final chapter, much like the movies Pokemon Carnival, although the exact circumstances are different. Like there's no quasi poke floats bouncing on balloons, but the fight features probably the most of the core time events that are present throughout the game. And also, once you know it, it turns out Roger was the proverbial man behind the curtain, and also how the capsule was also present, and also it turns out like the fourth kind was planning to cause an entire rampage in the city. Basically, he tries to off both Tim and Amelia in the finale, but all the same, Roger ends up getting caught, and as Pikachu regains his abilities and his memories, he's apprehended, and they walk out the door to continue searching for Harry, and the adventure, as they say, continues. So, as you can imagine, my prayer was a little bit down to the wire, but I definitely say it was worth it. And I will be picking the game when it launches tomorrow morning. I'll be talking about it during my after I unbox it and play some of it, and I will definitely show again soon with a bolt of brilliance. Mm-hmm.